Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another episode of Empowering Intuitives Talk Show. I'm your host, Reverend Dr. Michelle Walker. I'm an international psychic medium and medical intuitive. And this weekly show, we kind of talk about all kinds of things on top of doing some readings. Tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit about a particular crystal that I feel really is needed during this time. And Spirit really selected this one because of the challenges that are going on right now. So the crystal that we're going to talk about tonight is this gorgeous golden healer. So this is a quartz crystal, and it connects us to that golden ray, the golden light, the creator, source, divine spirit, your universal life force, whatever you choose to call it. But it's considered a master healer. And it's just got the gorgeous different tones. You see the deep color comes from the iron present in the crystal. But this helps us connect to the golden ray, and it comes down through your crown chakra, and it helps align your chakras, and it helps with imbalances on a multi-level processes. It activates your 12-strand DNA, and it's so powerful, but yet it's very gentle. And gentle is needed right now. We're getting our butts handed to us with these energies, with the things that are going on politically and social economics. We look at just the things that are happening in society as a general. I mean, there's just so many things that are happening right now, and it's triggering us on multiple layers, right? It may bring up some insecurities or fears. That is, I've been seeing as a big trend for people, and this helps you find courage and improve your determination. It also helps with letting go of destructive habits. Now, think about people that you know, think about yourself who has some destructive habit. It could be such as a substance, it could be smoking, it could be drinking, it could be drug use, but it also can be a negative mindset that can be very destructive, self-sabotaging behaviors, all of these things this golden healer helps with. And it also can help pull you out of a energetic rut. And, from time to time with these energies that have been hitting the earth, we all kind of feel a little stagnation. Right now, I feel like the general consensus is impending something happening. Like we don't know what's about to hit the fan, but everybody's feeling the tension and the apprehension, the fear of something's on the horizon. This can help calm you and fuel your courage and be more centered. I like to keep this in my bedroom. I like to keep it close to me where my workspace and right beside my bed. It also is very powerful of clearing negative energies, just like hematite and obsidian is. So I like that as well. So golden healer, there's just not a whole lot that I can say about this other than positive things. It's really great if you put it with lapis lazuli or jasper. It works really well, and they kind of like enhance each other. So especially lapis, if you're working on communication, speaking your truth, you put these two together, and boy, it gives you the courage to really let it fly, if you will. That may or may not be a good thing, but it helps to really shift that as well. And it's great if you're meditating, hold on to your crystals, set it beside you. I like to put this with labradorite, because labradorite helps you connect deeper in meditation. So I kind of like the two of them kind of sitting side by side. For me, I think that it just enhances your connection. It deepens your meditation. But it also raises your vibration, right? Quartz raises your vibration. And that can help for people that are working on developing their intuition. This is a great stone for that because it helps with spirit communication. And it helps when you're doing, how do I word this? Like working between worlds or dimensions, you're working in different dimensions at the same time, or if you are a person that walks in different dimensions at the same time, this is a really good stone. And I find I'm always one foot in that world and one foot in this world. And when I was younger, I had a really hard time trying to balance that and function well in this world because I wanted to disconnect and always be in the other world. And so, for a lot of people that I've talked to over the years, they kind of have similar issues. So, this is a great stone to help you find that balance because it makes it easier to connect while still being here, makes it easier to connect and stay centered and grounded there. So this is like this stone, like I have lots of these all around. I love them. And honestly, they're not too expensive. I think this was like 25 bucks or something. I mean, that's very reasonable for a stone this size, right? So if you can, and if you're interested, um, it's a great stone to play with. And another thing that it can help you do is I know a lot of people here are wondering about their life purpose, right? And what am I doing here? And how can you get some answers? How can you tap into your Akashic records, your higher self? You got it. This is the stone to do that. It connects you very easily to your higher self. Meditate with it, keep it around you. You can, with crystals, the thing I love about crystals is you can get these little tiny tumble stones. You can put them in your pockets, you can put them in your pocketbook, you can buy jewelry, you can do so many things with crystals, which is so much fun. But this is great when if you're doing grids in your home. A lot of us like to do crystal grids. Having these in your grid just amplifies and centers it beautifully. So the other stone that they're right now like chiming in here, and they're talking about grounding stones. And that would be like red jasper is a really good one for grounding. A lot of people need grounded. Think about your roots, and that a lot of people are having imbalances in their root chakra, and that's about security right now and fear and being centered and calm and feeling secure with the unknown of what's going on in the world. So having some jasper is a great way to do that. You also could do ruby, garnet sometimes is a good one for that. But I love red jasper. To me, that one just calls out to me. So having some kind of really good grounding. The other things is, like slabs of granite. I have those like literally just slabs. And I used to put them all underneath my massage table when I would do Reiki, and just to help people be a little bit more grounded. But putting them under your bed can keep you being grounded. Hematite is a wonderful stone to help you ground. And, a lot of my energy workers that work on me always say, well, you need to ground, you need to ground. And they're always telling me to put these hematite on my ankles. And it does help. It does help keep you grounded. But again, it's always a balance, when you're in the physical and you work so much in the other dimensions, it's hard to stay centered into this one, especially when all this crap is happening here. So just some things to think about. I'm always here to try to educate and encourage you and empower you to remember that you're a divine being and you have a lot of power that you don't realize. So learn what you can to, these are just tools, they really are just tools to help you connect to your higher self and to connect to God, source, divine, spirit, whatever verbiage you choose. Because the answers are not outside of you. You're always going to find the answers that you seek within. And I know that sounds cliche, but it is so true. Nobody is going to be able to give you the answers where you truly believe it. So even if you come to me for a reading, I will give you whatever spirit gives you, but you have to do whatever with that. You have to agree or disagree with that information. You're going to need to know that that's accurate based on evidence that is given in any kind of reading. But every one of us can tap in and get this information for ourselves. We just don't always trust it, or we just don't like what we hear in my case. And it does help when somebody else validates the information and you get a reading outside of yourself, but you still have the power and the ability to learn to fine tune that for yourself and receive that information. And, we receive it so subtly. A lot of times people come to me and they don't realize they already got this information. And it's just been like that quiet voice in their head. They didn't realize that spirit or their higher self giving them that information. So I love it when readings validate that for people, and then can expand on it for them. But it is something that if you have had since COVID, a lot of people had this spiritual awakening, and they've had to deal a lot of their own personal traumas and issues come up, and to heal them, because what else was there to do, right? We had to learn to get along with each other. Everybody's in lockdown and all of that. But there is some people that have awoken and they're still not sure what to do with it or how to develop it. And so find out and seek out a mentor that can help you fine tune your psychic abilities so that you can get this information for yourself. And there's all kinds of tools, just like the one we talked about tonight with this golden healer. It's just as a master healer, and they're great, but they're just a tool. And what better way than for you to learn to tap into your own higher self and receive that information? So that's what Spirit really wanted to talk about tonight. So what I'd like to do is we're going to take a call and see if we can't give a reading tonight. Okay. Well, it'll be a minute here, but we will have somebody on the line. So let's pull a card for the collective for the week. How's that sound? Until we get somebody on the line here. All right. Ooh, Two of Winter. Indecision. What is holding us back? Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Wow, isn't that appropriate for so many people? Feeling trapped between the intellect and the emotion, and that makes sense about the energies and what's coming up, and I feel like there's a new moon coming, and we need to think about these things. And Spirit this past week had talked about, now we're at the end of June, we're halfway through this year, and we really need to take stock, take some inventory to see what we've accomplished so far this year and what it is that we have on our plate or our mission for the rest of the year. And so this card is great for us to look at, to see where you're trapped in between the mind and the heart, and find some harmony between the two. And then really honoring yourself is such a huge, huge lesson for all of us. So that's what's up for the week. All right. So we have Sylvania in South Australia. How are you, my dear? Oh, Savannah. Oh, no. All right. Well, we'll see if we can't get her back on the line here. We love technology, right? It sometimes drops calls. So let's see here. I do think that there is also a powerful time. Spirit is talking about just spending time in your own heart and really understanding what things are triggering you. What things are you working through right now? Just kind of take inventory and see, your progress. Where are you at with that? And how much further do you have to go? And maybe go within to find out what is your next step. What's the next thing that you can do to help you on your journey? Because this is all about the journey. It's not about achieving one particular goal. It's about little steps as you move forward on our journey. So check in with yourself this week and see how you're feeling, see what's going on. And the other thing is that they're really asking if you have something coming up emotional that you've buried and it's coming up to be healed. They're asking that you sit with that, to process it and let it go. Honor it instead of run from it, try to medicate away from it. Like if you're having anxiety coming up, instead of taking a pill to get rid of it or whatever you do to get rid of it, try to sit with it and say, okay, what's really the underlying issue here? Why is this coming up? And, a lot of people are grieving or it's trauma. And so then if it's trauma that you can't seem to unwind that loop, and I call it like a mental loop, maybe you need to talk to somebody to help process that. Or, it may sometimes it helps just to honor um, the feelings and know that sometimes it's just a process that you have to go through, and it eventually will heal. All right, we have Jennifer in Ontario, Canada. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thanks so much for calling in tonight. Is there a particular area that you would like me to look at?
Um, well, there's two that are plaguing me, but um, probably, I guess, maybe, I don't know, my love life.
Okay. Well, let's pull a card and let's see where spirit wants to go with all this tonight. How's that sound?
Okay,
Oh,
that's good.
we got King of Spring, innovative, inspiring, wise, and theatrical. A financial windfall. Your leadership skills are needed right now. An unexpected supporter for your cause. And so I love this card. Look at how majestic he is. And he comes in like with that white, almost like that knight in shining armor, right? So I feel like when you're talking about love life, I feel like they're talking about um, somebody new is coming in to help you, and it has to do with um, now you're currently not with somebody. Is that correct?
Right.
And what I'm getting is when you are centered in your passion, when you are doing you, and you just light up a room, when you really just do the things that you enjoy doing, that is where and how you will find your match or your king of spring, if you will. Because I feel like he's going to be like, yeah, look at her shine. Like you will just like a magnet. He will be attracted to your energy and the passion that you show. And if you're not sure what area that is, start experimenting with some things. You have to be willing to just get out of your skin a little bit and try some things. And I feel like you'll find this partner pretty easily when you get out of the lack of, if that makes sense.
hmm
And and I
Yeah, it
feel
does.
like and it's a hard balance because you really want a partner and you feel like you're ready to have that partner and you've done a lot of work and spirit says he's just like right outside of your circle, like he's just right there, but it takes a little shift in your perspective. So when you start to feel like, oh, I wish I had that, where you can like if you see a celebrity couple or you see a couple and they just look so happy, they want you to just beam with joy for them without thinking of you and just go, I'm going to have that any day now. Like, that's awesome. Good for them. Until you reach that point without really having that, oh man, like that, the jealousy and that envy that you want that.
hmm
It's just a,
hmm
it's just a little shift, but I do feel like it happens this year. And I do feel like, now, do you have an upcoming event or some kind of, I don't know if it's a conference or a networking kind of thing, but I feel like some kind of event. Would this make any sense in the next couple months?
Um, the only thing I can think of is I'm going back to school the first 2 weeks of August to do a refresher
Okay.
course for massage therapy so I can
Okay.
finally try to get my licensing.
Okay.
That's all I can really think of.
Well, there's going to be something that comes up. And so maybe it's centered around your work. It could be like a fair or some kind of event that you're going to go to help promote. And that I feel like that's going to be a really great way for you to meet people and to promote you and all of that. And I feel like that's maybe where you will meet him. The other thing that they're saying is like, do you like are you looking okay, this is how they're saying it. If you're looking for a man that is an active, like say they're showing me hiking, being outdoors, those kind of activities, if you're looking for a partner that likes to do those, then go start to do those activities because you will find somebody there more easily.
Hmm. Okay.
But this is what they're showing. I don't know if that's what you're looking for, but that's the example that they gave. So if it's not literal like that, it could be just symbolic. You know, so like if you envision what you and your partner are going to be doing, what do you see? What do you see? And then go do those things. And that's where you'll find a like mind because you're at the point in your life where you're really looking for somebody that you just connect on a deep level and you want to have several things in common with them. It may not have to be everything for sure, but you want some underlying roots. Like if you're a very spiritual person and that, like, what's your top priorities? You know, like for me, the person needs to be very open and very spiritual. They don't have to be religious and go to church every week, but a deep connection with spirit is a needed thing for my partner, for me. What is that for you? You know what I'm saying? So that's what they were asking you to go where you're going to find your like mind. Because if you have a deal breaker, like let's say, for example, that for me, that's a deal breaker. If you're not a spiritual person and you're not communicating with God, then that could be a deal breaker for me. Then if I'm going to those areas where people are of like minds, then it's easier to find somebody with similar traits that are in alignment with who you are. So I feel like you just need to get a little bit of clarity about what is it that are deal breakers for you and what is it that are needed to be in common. But I feel like he's coming, but it's almost like you just have to make that first step forward. I do see like coming up into the fall, I feel like you're going to be really busy. I feel like a new job and or are you doing planning on being independent in massage therapy?
I want to be. I'd like
Okay,
to
that's
be.
what I'm getting. You're going to be doing a lot of like unique things, like maybe the mall's having an event and you're going to go and just, you know, feel like little events and it's all about promotion and things like that. But it gets you out there. And I feel like you need to rehearse your elevator pitch, as they would call it. You know, what's your elevator pitch to people? To why are they going to come to you? What do you specialize in? How can you, you know, what's your unique niche and how you're going to market yourself? Like work on those kind of things because it boosts up your own self confidence in who you are and what you do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yep,
But
for sure.
I do feel like a lot of exciting things come forward for you. And it's like from end of August, probably into October, November, very busy time for you. So have your little rest right now and do a little bit more of that thinking and clarification. Like I said, I do feel like someone comes into your life this year. So be ready when the opportunity knocks and it's going to just surprise you. So take advantage of any events that you can become a part of. And I feel like you'll
Okay.
find those fairly easily. Like you can look in local city and maybe the surrounding cities that have like little events or psychic fairs or different things. I feel like you'll be able to promote a lot. It just takes a little bit of research on your end, but yeah, I think it's a really good career move for you. It's a lot of flexibility. Are you planning on doing like traveling to people's locations to do massage? Is that one thing that you were thinking about doing?
I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about trying to come up with a innovative way of combining massage with my Reiki, and
Hmm.
also almost because people, it's weird, but people tend to come in, they say they're just going to relax, and then for whatever reason, they end up opening up all of their stuff to me, and I
Yeah.
become almost like a counselor. So I was thinking about also combining life coaching into it as well, but I haven't really come up with any really good idea of how to make that work. So,
Well, I feel like it's you really are. Anytime anybody does Reiki, you are opening and you're clearing out stuff. Even massage, you're getting those issues out of the tissues and people just talk. I do feel like it would be a unique niche for you to talk about doing massage and Reiki together and coming up like with packages such as that, like 30 minutes massage and 30-minute Reiki session, or, for a full hour, figuring out how you want that to look. Maybe you'll do a full hour and a half, just to balance it. I don't feel the life coaching part of that while they're getting massage. I'm not seeing that, but I do feel like the Reiki with that, and offering to go to nursing homes or places where other people aren't willing to go, also could be a unique niche. Maybe not your only way that you're doing it, but offering different places. I feel like that would really be beneficial, and you would really feel like you're helping people, because I don't know why I keep seeing like maybe the elderly, like that can't come out to you, something like that. There may be unique ways that you can market that. So think about that, come up with that plan a little bit, but I do see you being very successful at it, my dear. And I'm going to leave that with you with so much love and good luck to you. I know you are going to do really well with it.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. And thank you so much for calling in. I hope you all have a terrific week, and I will see you back here next week. Namaste.